Welcome to Real Talk with Roberta's House. This is a series of discussions about grief, healing, and hope. This evening's topic is Leap of Faith, Turning Grief to Hope. And of course, starting Roberta's House was a true leap of faith. We're also celebrating Black History Month this month. And I am joined with here Alma Roberts, who is the chair of Roberta's House Board of Directors.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Okay.
And also my brother Eric March, who is the secretary of Roberta's House Board.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
I'd like to first give a brief history about Roberta's House. Roberta's House started, it was actually founded in 2007, and it is named after the matriarch of the March family, Julia Roberta March. Back in actually 1985, was it? We started a bereavement support group called A Time of Sharing, which was an outreach of March Funeral Homes. And it was created in an effort to address the unresolved grief and complicated grief that existed in our communities.
And we were one of the few funeral homes in the country to even initiate a program like that.
Right, correct. And soon I found my passion and love for the work of facilitating bereavement support groups. And it grew and became more of a demand in our city, especially for children who were not being treated or were not getting support. And it became a vision to one day have a center that was a full-service center serving all ages and having programs of different sorts to address all types of losses. And 2007, after the loss or death of our matriarch, it became my purpose and mission, and my family supported and helped to create that vision. And here we are today, 10 or 11 years later, serving about 3,000 people annually with over 15 different programs, and continuing to grow. And our most exciting project that we have recently launched.
Indeed.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about the new center?
Oh my! So the exciting news is that Roberta's House is opening soon, the first of its kind in the nation.
Yes.
A grief and trauma recovery center first of its kind in an urban setting.
Yes.
And it will allow them to expand their programs and to serve a more comprehensive population.
Yes.
And no better place for it to be than in the city of Baltimore.
Where there's a lot of pain. And Roberta's House is a pain relief center in the sense that we're actually addressing something that, for the most part, is not being addressed in the schools or in the hospitals or in the homes even, that grief is a serious situation affecting a lot of children in Baltimore.
And what makes this center so safe and a healing place for so many people is that they come together, they share their stories, they find new ways of coping, they connect with each other, and we're able to provide additional resources for those who need additional resources. So, and it's run and supported by so many volunteers in Baltimore, which really is a beautiful experience where people come here who are hurt, broken, and shattered, but leave here feeling a sense of wholeness, a sense of hope, and then they return to come and give back their time in order to help someone else to heal. So that really makes this
and
place.
that numbers
so
in the
beautiful.
hundreds.
Yes.
So beautiful
Numbers
to
in
see.
the hundreds of people who have seen the value of what Roberta's House does and what it actually brings to our community, and they want to be a part of it.
Yes.
So, Alma, what led you to Roberta's House? And tell me, I guess, what are some of your most rewarding moments?
Well, I ran a maternal and child health program, and we dealt with women who had high-risk pregnancies. Many of them lost their children, their infants, and we, in our search for resources to help them with the trauma of losing a child, we found Roberta's House, and we referred our clients regularly to them with such wonderfully positive responses, recreating hope and strength for those women who lost their children. And then a dear friend, mutual friend, and the previous chair of the board of Roberta's House,
yes,
voluntold me I should join this board.
And we're glad you did.
And
Absolutely. Great choice.
There's
Yes,
never a
indeed.
day that's gone by that I haven't been thankful for that opportunity and so grateful to be associated with this work.
And you have really supported this cause and this effort tremendously, bringing
With
us so
great
many
joy.
partnerships and relationships, and just your character and encouragement to the board has been wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
for all that
You
you
are a
do.
blessing.
Thank
You are a
you.
blessing.
And Eric,
Yeah.
of course, you've been voluntold
Yeah.
also. But tell me, now as you look back, when we first sat down at the table and asked ourselves, what are we going to do with the old site there on North Avenue, 928 East North Avenue?
Where our
what-
parents started the funeral home and,
Right.
in 1957, and it's continuing a legacy.
Absolutely.
I mean, the property has been renewed, so to speak, with Roberta's House.
Yes.
Got a
You
new
know,
life.
I think it's very interesting. Up the street is William C. March, funeral home, and then down the street is Roberta's House. It's like William
That
and
is-
Roberta are
that's
still on
beautiful.
North Avenue, folks.
that is
They're still
beautiful.
here with us.
Yes,
And,
their spirit.
watching over us and helping us through.
And helping this community
Helping
because
this city,
they
yes.
believed in giving back and building up their community. But what are some of your most rewarding moments of being in this journey with us?
Well, I don't know if I really see the final reward in terms of how people's lives turn out. I do hope that because they've experienced Roberta's House, it took a different path, especially for kids.
Yes.
These children out here in such a war zone-like atmosphere, and they lose relatives to the violence. And I hope that we are that intercession that creates that bridge from hurt to healing, rather than hurt to hurt to hurt to hurt, and they start hurting people.
Yes.
And I think
themselves.
I think our reward is out there that we don't see yet. And I think Roberta's House is going to be part of the solution.
Oh, indeed.
Well, I have had the pleasure of witnessing so many wonderful stories of people's lives being changed as a result of being here at Roberta's House. Of course, I'm here 24/7 all the time and running some of the programs. In fact, just recently a young man came to us. He is a Micah college graduate, and he came through Roberta's House when he was 15 years old after the death of his father. And he is now studying film.
Wow.
And he wants to do a story on depression, grief, anxiety, and he remembers being here at Roberta's House and learning how to cope with the death of his father. Isn't that awesome?
That's the beautiful.
And he is now doing a class project and has now come back to do something with Roberta's House.
You should
in
premiere it
Disney.
here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Have us premiere here at Roberta's House.
Wouldn't that be
That'd
awesome?
be great.
So, that's just one story, but so many others. We've had couples to meet widows to me.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't that
Don't put that out there
yet.
We had several teens that were asked to come and speak at a New York Life conference before thousands of people, and they also did very well in speaking and getting up before a crowd to tell their story and how their life changed as a result of being here at Roberta's house. So, and it's just amazing. People walk in through these doors so angry, distraught, lives are shattered, and yet they somehow hear the stories of others and are able to say, well, if, someone else can pick up their pieces and move on, then maybe I can too.
Right.
And just that connection is beautiful. So Real Talk is coming and going to continue. And as Roberta's house continues to grow from grief to hope, we hope that you will look for us every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. We will be on Facebook as well as Instagram. And something else that's coming up really soon that we hope that you will join us in on is our annual Radiothon. That will be held on March the 27th, and it is going to start at 6 a.m. with Senator Larry Young on WOLB, and that'll be from 6 to 10. And then we will have the Marette Brown Clark here on site, live, broadcasting, Radio 1, and that is 106.1. This is a day where we will have volunteers here on the telephones taking pledges. There's so many different ways that you can support this cause and the great work that Roberta's House is doing in our city. You can make a pledge as little as $10 a month. You can buy a brick for the new facility and have your loved one's name placed on that brick. You can buy a leaf or a butterfly for the tree of life that will be on the wall in the new center. There's so many ways, and we continue to expand our programs and reach more. So we hope that you will join us on March 27th, and also look for the next Real Talk here on Roberta's House. Real Talk, Purple Table. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.